What do you think the acronym HEAL stands for? This episode, Britnie Turner is going to blow your mind. All right, Britnie, I got a challenging question for you. How would you define the word heal?
Ooh. You mean holistic, elevated, aerial living?
She already has a definition? I did not expect that.
You thought you'd get me.
I thought I got you.
Oh, no. No, I've been working on this for a few
goodness.
years, and it's been really cool to see.
I was like, I got her. She's going to come up with this on the spot. It's going to be good. That was good, though.
Thank you.
Whoa.
Thank you. I'm not one for acronyms most of the time, but one day I was walking on the island, and I was thinking about my best friend who died of cancer at just 40 years old. And
We love you, Mike.
yeah, we love you, Mike. And left behind a 6-month-old-ish baby and a new wife. And I just didn't really feel like it was his time. I really didn't. But he tried all the normal ways to deal with cancer. And it was so stressful. There's so many paths, and something works for one person, doesn't work for another. And for those who have lost loved ones to cancer, it's so brutal to watch them go through that. And it really rocked me. And one of the last-ditch efforts he made to try to get a different level of healing was he went to Tijuana and spent a lot of money to be out there, but it was kind of too late. But they were trying these different healing methods on him. And I remember like looking at just the pictures, and my friend went out there with him, and it just was in like a crappy location, horrible view, not inspiring, junk rooms, junk furniture. And they were just feeding him like healthier food. When I was walking, just thinking about him, missing him, it hit me like a lightning bolt. When I was walking near the horses, there's this entire little mountain. It's about 10 acres on the island. And I just felt heal. I'd never really thought about that word. This is like 3-4 years ago now. And it hit me the same way I got that lightning bolt when I knew I was supposed to buy that island. Same feeling, just a knowing. And I had this vision of creating this healing center on the island that helped people, most of all, find peace. Because we are all going to die. You know, I've been really not trying to stress out, but thinking through what is the treatments I really want to do here. And the vision I've been receiving is most important thing is to help people truly find peace. Because if you can find peace, then dis-ease will leave you. If you can actually bring your body and your mind and your spirit into alignment, then that alignment will help eliminate whatever does not belong. That's truly living in harmony. So that's the priority. And I've already been testing that on the rest of the island, which has been awesome. But I do want to find the breakthrough treatments that people need for longevity, for healing their cancer. I had a guy come out that was given 3 weeks to live. And he spoke at one of my summits. And it was really cool because I wanted him to come out and like teach me what can we adjust about our food to help people heal their cancer. And he said, he's super famous. This is my stamp of approval on your entire menu. And he said, if people have stage 4, there's things like certain fruits you can't eat. But unless people have stage 4, like your entire menu does already help people heal from cancer, which was such a compliment because his whole thing is nutrition.
Wow.
So long story short, I'm going to be developing a space called Heal as the second phase of development on the island. And I'm really excited to be bringing this to life. And in the meantime, we are going to be hosting a summit together next year called Heal, where you get a microdose of these experiences, of these treatments, of everything from inner child healing to learning about your hormones and how the brain gut health come into alignment. You learn how to eat, you learn how to cook, and you really do start to harmonize these pieces because it's not, we'll never say that something we can do is going to fix you. That's why it's a new way of living. And the holistic, elevated, aerial living, it's that whole different perspective on the way in which you're going to be living. So there's your answer, sir. I was ready.
You were so ready. Goodness. All right. Well, you mentioned to break through, like that specific word. Do you have any examples like, what is a breakthrough healing modality? Like, well, what is one?
Well, they're changing quickly. And one of them is truly just even understanding the specific nutrition around the dis-ease that you have. And there's I can't even begin the treatments. There's stem cell treatments that is out there, plasmapheresis. There's a lot.
Yeah. And those are two I know nothing about, right? So that's why I'm very excited to, number one, obviously be a part of the event, to attend the event, because I'm also very ecstatic about learning. Like, I think the awareness that so many entrepreneurs, business owners, everyone, right? The big thing right now, you hear it so much, is mental health, right? Being able to heal from that, to shift anxiety and depression and rage and anger and just the suicidal ideations that people have, like that's a mental health. And to be able to understand not only from a food perspective, a nutrition perspective, like you said, a gut and a biome perspective, but also, are there things that you can inject from your own body back into yourself that can give you so much?
You can clean back out.
And I'll give you a great example. So Britnie gave my wife an incredible gift. And that gift was, she told her to make sure that she turned her placenta into a pill. And when my wife...
Best tip ever.
Best tip ever.
Ladies, run with that.
Yeah, so ladies, for sure, if you are getting pregnant, are pregnant, going to have a baby, I mean, you guys know how this works. When that happens, right, the placenta that comes out, you can use that placenta, and I don't know how. I didn't go to the factory. I didn't see it happen.
Pillify it.
Yeah, but it turns into a pill that she takes. And guys can also take it too, if you need to or want to. But that pill is obviously all of the hormones.
Just went off track there. Ladies, just keep your own pills.
Keep your own, okay.
Don't share them.
Don't give them away.
God.
Don't give your husband any.
Do not. They're the precious gold of life.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And so for a moment, sell me on this pill like you sold me the first time.
Okay, so I thought it was woo and weird and crunchy, and that's not who I am.
Yeah,
but
I think you used the word granola at the time.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was weird. Ew, eating your own placenta. But what my friend did it. I happened to do it that day. Thank God, because literally when I took this pill from my own placenta, it was so weird because after I had a baby, I was like, I'd feel this like anxiety and just shaking. And I know everybody deals with different things, but I'd take that and within 10 minutes, I wasn't just okay. I was pre-pregnancy Britnie. And I was like, there you are, Peter. Like, I see you. It was so weird because I had just such a tough pregnancy. And it was like this dark shadow was on me the whole time. It was just so sad.
And that's called postpartum?
Just the pregnancy sucked so hard.
No, I'm saying after, like the dark
afterwards
shadow.
You can deal with, my shadow was during pregnancy, however that works. And afterwards, these women really do struggle. And a lot of it is hormonal.
Yeah.
And apparently, and I'm not a pro, I don't need you haters to pick this apart. A bunch of your hormones and a lot of nutritional stuff is in that placenta because it's just making a baby. And most mammals eat their own. I mean, my horses have eaten their own. It's kind of weird to watch, but they know instinctually that I need this back in my body. I just took a lot out of me to create the nutrition, to create a whole nother body. But when you can put that back in, and it was crazy because it was like 5 p.m. and I'd feel it wearing off and I'd just start sobbing. Sobbing. And it was like within X amount of hours of taking it.
Wow.
And so I'm so grateful. I had a really, I'd say, easy postpartum.
Yeah.
Because I had that nutrition back. And, I know it doesn't work 100% of the time, but this is a tiny tip where I've seen and heard of friends that shall remain nameless that say, this was the dark night of the soul, was my postpartum. Women wanting to kill themselves, not wanting to attach to their baby. So much mental health issues because of whatever that hormone is not back in them fast enough. So one pro tip can change your whole experience, can save your marriage, save your relationship with baby, your life.
This is a big one. This is a big one.
So it's that kind of stuff. So I'm seeing this heal as an incubator of these amazing breakthrough ideas where we're not just learning it and only rich people can have these experiences, but we're creating the content and data to be able to share with other people.
Yeah.
And it just might be the idea that's the breakthrough for you. But like we said, never, Jerremy, my husband, says, never take a knee on your own healing journey. He said, I'll let you guys take a knee in 100 years. I'll let you quit trying. I'll let you quit trying stuff. And again, he'll say, so there's some days where he doesn't care if you told him you put a bologna sandwich in your left back pocket. If that is what works, I'll try it, because you're that hungry and desperate for the breakthrough. And so there's so much that happens. And I've got such a new appreciation for it since I was sick for 9 months. And I even had a beautiful surprise at the end. But being sick, I'm not the leader. I'm not the teacher. I'm not the inspiration. I'm not like wanting to even be here some days. And that's how tough it can be to be living with sickness or disease. And so I just understood at a whole different level than I ever have before how distracting sickness can be. And so there is a big wave of obviously people interested in their health.
Yep.
There is a huge wave as well of human optimization, which is another thing that some of those psychedelics and things, we actually had some good after talk after that episode, where people are looking to find more through that channel. And I'm not going to be doing any of that on the island, but why not optimize yourself?
Yeah.
Why not learn the hacks that make you feel so good that you come up with the breakthrough? You can be present with your husband. You're happy with your kid. Like, there's so much joy associated to health that this life can be hard enough.
Right.
Why not have at least this thing that I can control what I put in a good place?
And we learned in a big moment, right? That health is your biggest wealth.
It is.
Like, you felt it.
Mm-hmm. There's a quote is, health is the crown on the well person's head that only the sick person can see.
Dang.
And I was like, ooh, it's so true. Because it's a thing that you don't appreciate till you don't have it.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that pro tip. It helped my wife tremendously.
Yeah. She had a much better experience, right?
She had a much better experience. Yep. And she knows that was a huge part of it. And it was a lot of darkness for her. And that hormone replacement, right? That's hers, came back into her body and just allowed her to feel so nice. And to me, I'm over here, I didn't notice it. And before I met my wife, and maybe this is obvious, I don't know, but I don't think most guys have ever heard the word postpartum. Like, I didn't even know what it was. I didn't know that.
Know it, guys.
It is good to know, guys. Like, hey, if you are out there, you have a wife, or you're going to have a wife, and she's never had a kid, or you guys haven't had a kid together yet, or whatever the case might be, that's probably going to happen.
Guys are typically idiots at this. And it's really hard because this is
because we don't know.
So painful for women to go through. And the guys are like, she changed after a baby. And we're like, there is an entire hormonal experience after she carried your kid. Then she did all the sacrificing. And the one time she really needs you to be there for her with something going on beyond her understanding. And you're just going to be mean back. And I know they don't know, but my point is to take the time to get educated, John, please.
Yeah, we're helping you out on this one. I'm going to give you a softball, guys. Like, be as nice. Your job as a dad for the first 3 months, just be as nice to your wife as humanly possible. Just go ahead and do it now. It's like, figure out, your job is to support her. If she asks for it, just do it. Figure out a way to be as nice. Try to think ahead of the time. Figure out her needs. Like, be an act of service. That's because physical touch love language is gone. Pew, that's gone. So now do acts of service. Do gifts. Create the other love language so you can pour into your wife, because she's going to feed and take care of baby. And she's struggling. And again, I didn't know this. I thought that it was a whole happy thing. And it's not.
No, it's a lie on Instagram.
It's a lie.
They're lying. These women are lying. I found that they're lying about all this pregnancy. It's a freaking con. It's ridiculous. I was like,
it's like,
I got sucked into this. You just didn't want to be alone in this, did you? But no, I'm very grateful I did it. Yep. But it is way harder, way harder than I ever imagined. And I know everybody's journey is different, but overall, this is a sacrifice for you and your family. And I can't believe women do this for free. I'm like, somebody was willing to have multiple of your children and you left her? It is the ultimate sacrifice. It really is like such an expression of love.
Yeah.
I was willing to do this. And So just appreciate it. Like, you're not going to be her slave forever. Don't let your brain run around and be
months.
like, she's going to get used to this. And I need to. No, it's a really hard time. Just be smart, be kind, be loving. And you really can't do enough, because what's going on inside her body every time that baby cries, it's like instant, like think of the worst moment of anxiety you've ever had in your life. And every time that baby cries, that's what it feels like. Just a rush, not the milk thing, just the anxiety that says, you're going to die if you don't help this child stop crying.
That's why Svet runs to the room when he starts crying. That's why.
Thank God. What a great instinct. If not, there'd be dead babies everywhere.
Correct. But yes, thank you for that tip. Saved my wife's life. It helped her feel so complete, so whole. Again, I had no idea that it existed. So thank you.
You're very welcome. There's so much science out there. And that's what we're saying in all of these episodes is take the time to learn, expand your mind, test things, try things, see what works for you, because each healing modality does not work for the same person. Same way that cancer solutions does not always work for everybody.
Right.
But it is worth not giving up on yourself.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. You earlier used the word human optimization. I mean, that to me is one of my favorite words. That's really cool, because I believe that you can upgrade your DNA. I think you can change your DNA. And that's one of the reasons, I think I mentioned in prior episodes, one of the reasons I do hard things is because I feel like it has never happened before in my lineage or my ancestry. And so me doing it literally upgrades my DNA.
That's cool.
Right? It allows me to go, oh, this has never happened before previous, and it might happen after, but I'm going to be the first, and I'm going to do it so that my DNA actually changes. Therefore, cool. This human optimization like mindset, I think it's a fascinating mindset. Yeah. But if all of our listeners continue to have that and take that and listen to that, there's so much available, and healing physically, healing mentally. I'm just really excited about this event. It's going to be incredible.
Thank you. I'm excited too. We had a little test run earlier this year, and it went amazingly.
Really?
It was honestly one of the best ones I've ever done.
Really?
It was.
Awesome.
It was so cool. Everybody left so connected, and everybody is still on fire. People went home. They got there's actually a lot of psychology around your fitness. We had one person that came to the event that was always like a babe. She's had a bunch of kids, but she's always babe, and then just let her health go. Just like, oh, this is my happy season. This is it. Da, da, da. And she made an excuse for why she had kind of stopped on her fitness. And then at the event, she realized that her fitness was attached to her ex-husband. And so she was punishing him every day in her subconscious by not working out instead of realizing she's actually punishing herself.
Oh, wow.
And so when she did this healing work, which again is nothing woo-woo, just got to bring things up to the forefront, look at it, say it doesn't belong, let it go, move forward. She's already lost like 12 pounds since she left. And she's got a trainer, she's got a nutritionist, and she's got not a nutritionist chef. And she can afford these things. And she has just taken her health to the next level. She called me in tears, because I didn't even know she did all this. Yeah. She called me like 8 weeks later and is just bawling, saying, this is the happiest I've been my whole life, because I am in this beautiful relationship. But that doesn't mean I've got to be fat and happy. Now I'm fit and happy. Every part of our world, my parenting, my business has shot through the roof. She said, we need to call that like vision board island, where dreams come true. Everything you've ever hoped for and dreamed for, you will get your breakthrough there. And I was like, that is the coolest compliment. Leave a review. It was so sweet.
Slide over, girl. Very sweet.
Yeah, it was just really cool. So I know that this event is impactful. And I know all of these pieces are connected, just like the brain of the fungi. It looks the same as the network of our human system. There's so many cool connections. And why not learn about them?
Yeah, why not? I mean, when you're talking about like the connections, that visual map that you just gave me, that's what's the term? The human collective, right? Like, imagine for a moment, family, if you start working on yourself, do you think, is there a chance that there will be a ripple effect? Right? You start pouring into you and going, okay, I'm going to heal myself for me. Amazing. But if you start thinking about the ability that other people will also get positive impacts, because I think a lot of times people just go internally. They go, is this good for me? And it's like, of course it is. But imagine who else it could be good for, right? Imagine the story that you're going to leave behind. And I kind of talked a little bit about that earlier, like with my mom. I mean, me doing a lot of that internal work, a lot of the meditation practice, that's a form of mental health, right? If you meditate more, you will have a lot less depression. That is whatever science facts wrote that as a fact.
I love that what you were saying earlier is you're changing what's possible for your kids, even in the fact that they see you do it. So you're upgrading your DNA. And we're going to talk about how to really intentionally upgrade your DNA with intentional strategic parenting in the next episode.
Let's be honest. We love this podcast. It's amazing. We love you, and we want to continue to help you succeed. You see, both myself and Britnie, we do connect with individuals, and we really dial in to help them expand their purpose, understand their impact, grow their wealth, grow their money, grow their prosperity, and start stepping into an entirely different atmosphere of wealth, of time, of commitment, of growth, of impact. We want to help you. We're going to coach you. Go to broketoawoke.com and let's have a conversation. Let's see if we're the best person to get you to where you want to be, to help you shift, to help you move, to help you expand. It's going to be a great conversation, and we can't wait to have it.